members. Good morning, all my relatives. We are here to discuss the importance of agriculture in agribusiness. What is transportation?
Please speak to the mic well.
Transportation in agribusiness is a means of transporting farm produce from the farm to the end user, which include the consumers, the producers, and other people involved in the supply value chain. Transportation is a lifeline in agribusiness. Without transportation, it's like a waste of time. Because if the farmer venture into all the produce throughout the months and all the laboring, and he could not transport his goods to the final consumer, it's just a waste of time, a waste of resources, and waste of effort. And so, transportation is a gap, is a bridge that brings together, is a bridge that links the farmer and the end users together. And so we want to talk about the importance of transportation in agriculture. Number one, it allows the farmers to invest more, thereby increasing production and make our farm produce to reach international market. Without transportation, there won't be expansion in agribusiness, because without transportation, all our businesses, all our farm produce will not get to where we want them to get to. Then number three, it helps us to bring stability in the price of all our different commodities. That is from the supplier places to the final consumer. I'll stop here and my colleague will take the rest.
Good morning. I'll continue for the presentation of Group 1. And another importance of transportation is getting the product to the market. Without transportation, the product cannot get to the end consumer. And if it cannot get to the end consumer, it can cause wastage, and the whole farming is going to spoil. Then, another importance of transportation is access to inputs. Without transportation, fertilizers and other inputs, seeds, farmers cannot access to them. And poor transportation limits farmers' ability to adopt to improve farming practices, affecting the productivity. And without transportation, there will be post-harvest loss, and there won't be value chain integration. And transportation costs directly affect the final price of agricultural produce. When we are transporting and there is high cost in transportation, it affects the price of agricultural produce. For example,
Please clap for him to encourage him.
I want to continue from where it stops. Transportation helps in rural development. When there is poor road that leads the farm to the city, then there will be a problem. But when there are good roads, all because of the farmers to ease their transportation means, then it will help in developing that particular village or that particular farmland. Then in transportation also drives economic growth. Transportation in agribusiness helps drive economic growth. Transportation in agribusiness helps to supply value chain, because the producers need those produce to convert them or transfer them or translate them into another form, into finished produce. So without transportation, the work of the farmer on the farm will be in waste. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. yet? Any addition or subtraction from any member of the floor? Just one person from that side, one person from this side. Yes.
Good morning. First place, my addition is where there is no rules, as you said earlier. What we do in use of transportation at times, and using of either cow, like what normally happens between the J and the J border and the DM border. We call that Sambisa forest. You can see that mostly it is transported our rice from the J to Nigeria through the means of using either cow or camel as well. So by making that through that, and as a result of insecurity at times also affect transportation, which cause many issues in other part of the country today. So on that is another addition. Whenever you want to make it, make sure you have that as well.
Any contribution from this side? So I want to thank all of you. I believe it's a teamwork for your presentation, and has mentioned something very significant. When we are discussing transportation in agribusiness, you should be able to identify the crop that you want to transport and the means of transportation. It's from crop to crop and different from location to location. I made class that transporting, for example, in the Niger Delta, you know that the means of transportation there is by water. And I also mentioned about rail, that sometimes when in the year past when the country was still very good, because of the nature of our commodities that are very bulky, the rail system is actually the cheapest means of transporting agricultural products. It is cheap, you can transport large volumes of agricultural products and they will be in good condition. But because the rail system has failed, that's why we are having those means of transportation. When you are discussing transportation, note that your location matters, and the type of commodity you are transporting also matters, and that you can use different means of transportation. Just mentioned camel, depending on what obtains. I mentioned that if your farm is located in hinterland, you may need to use maybe your Okada to bring your things to the main market. So when you are going into an agribusiness, think about the type of crop and the means of transportation. Because remember we said that the links along the value chain actually impact on your profit. And when the wheat is linked, and when the link is weak, it increases your cost, and that lowers your profit margin. But when you have a strong link that you maximize, you use the strong link, it reduces your cost and lifts up your income. So thank you very much for this opening. A good one. And I like the fact that two people presented a man and a good. Well done. Please clap for them. Can we have group 2 come? Group 2? Oh yeah. Group 2. Exactly. Ṣé kò sí yàn group 2 ní ká lọ sí group 3?
Please don't distract my
Good morning, everyone. We are the representatives of Group 2 member, and we are here to talk on an elevator pitch to potential investors on any serial So by doing this, we would like to give an insight of a little drama. Thank you.
Hey, open. The shower lamp one now.
Good morning, everyone. In this presentation, we are on a conference and we're expecting a lot of big investors, and one of them that will take group of companies. So let's see when it comes and what happens.
Please clap for Dangote.
My name is Alima. I am a graduate of University of Ilorin in agricultural economics. I would like to show you what we do in our company. I am the manager of G2 Agro Ventures Nigeria Limited. And you see our catalog, see how we do. We deal with soya beans, and we have been into this business for 10 years, and we partner with different investors. Please, can you have our catalog to see how we do? Please, I'm here to see the CEO of this company. My name is Naima. I have an appointment today. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Good morning, sir. We have a guest here. She said she's Alima from Alima Group of Company, and she's here to see you. Good morning, sir. Thank you. Sir, I'm here concerning what we discussed at the trade fair last week. You told me to come and explain to you what we've been doing in our company. This company basically beans. It requires low production, and this doesn't have to, it doesn't cost much when you are producing soya beans, because it is high in nutrients, and all these termites doesn't penetrate on site, and it is very high yield. And we've been into this business for the past 10 years. Sorry, my name is Adema Montagain, and I am a graduate of the University of Ilorin Agricultural Economics Department. Please, I'm here to tell you, we've been into this business for the past 10 years. We have different branches in 3 states, and we partnered with Joy Agri Investors Limited, who are into processing. I would like you to check our platform and see how far we've become in this business so far, for you to know what and how we can communicate with.
Incredible. I think it's interesting. So, the company has been working with Ajana Farm. Okay. Well, you also have affiliation with Pollard. That's okay. So, there's no problem. I've seen some things that I believe that we can be a partnership. But how much do you think I can invest in this business? How much do you think we will put in this?
In this business, if you are investing, take for instance, if you invest like 1 billion in our company, by the end of the year, you can achieve like 10 billion naira. So with this, I think you'll be able to you check our catalog, and in fact, this soya beans, you can use it to feed livestock, human beings. Take for instance, the sharks from the production process of many things they use this soya beans to do, like the soy meat, like the tofu, and the like. It is used to serve as feed on livestock and animals. So with this, it has different sets that you can use these things to do. So with this, and the yield is very, very high and it is appreciated. So if you invest like 1 billion there, I think by the end of the year, you'll be able to achieve up to 10 to 12 billion there.
Thank you very much. What if I feel like we should just invest, give you that 1 billion naira and get the product from you, just do a partnership, or get a lawyer and all the documents, so you have
Can we appreciate this book, please? And don't be stingy with your class now. Don't be stingy with your class. We have demonstrated to us the importance of an elevator pitch. For those of us that were in class, you know the importance of an elevator pitch. It is not every day that you come across opportunities that can actually promote your business. So they were in a conference and they had the opportunity of seeing a potential investor in that conference, investing of Dangote. Please, I want you to look at this scenario beyond this class. As a smart entrepreneur, you should be able to know when opportunities are there and when to tap them. That's being smart. You should be able to identify opportunities and when to tap them. There's this saying that says opportunity comes God. Maybe sometimes some people may be lucky if they come again, but for somebody that is not smart, even if the opportunity comes again, he or she will miss it. So the whole essence of doing an elevator pitch is for us to be able to be at alert. We have the zeal to invest in the business. You have learned so much in the last couple of weeks, and you have the zeal, you have the willingness to go into this agribusiness, but you do not have the resources. You need to think outside of the box and look around your environment. Who do you think can actually have interest in the kind of business you do? That would take you very far away from us. We are just doing that in a hypothetical example. It could be somebody within your immediate circle. Maybe somebody in the church, for example, that you know that this person can't support your business. It could be somebody in the mosque for the Muslims. It could even be somebody mentioned social capital the other time. Social capital is not money. Social capital are the people within your network, within your circle of influence that can impact you positively. So one thing to take away from this model is that we should be able to identify opportunities and how to tap into them. So beyond the class that we even did, that's why I said you should not be stingy in clapping for them. They have been able to identify a potential investor, that engage the potential investor in a conversation. Remember yesterday when the role play was done, I listed the kind of things you are supposed to have when you want to talk to a potential investor. People that want to invest, businessmen don't have time for long speeches. They are not lecturers. Ní time láti máa gbọ́ àròyé tó pọ̀ jù. So wà á lọ síbi tó lọ straight away. Orúkọ mi lélẹ́yìí, iṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe lélẹ́yìí. Mo ti ṣe iṣẹ́ fáwọn báyìí, which you mentioned. Remember when the Dangote was like, okay, the ṣiṣẹ́ fún Àjàlá Pan. So that the investor will know you pay kì í ṣòpè. That he will not put his money somewhere say pé àwọn eléyìí ò lè fún ọ̀ṣẹ́ business rẹ̀ wọ́n kàn fẹ́ wọ́wọ́ ni. Àbí wọ́n fẹ́ gbowó kan jápa. So you have to establish the fact that you know what you are doing. And she mentioned again the importance of the crop. Soya beans is a very good source of protein. You understand? So she will put your baby importance of soya beans. So before you pitch a proposal, once you are doing it, an agri-business, you have something you want to do. Oh, need láti máa do the probably the life of Dangote. Wàá wo wàá ṣe research ẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ ṣe cassava, mo fẹ́ ṣe soya beans. Kí ni ìwúlò soya beans àwọn olókùlò? All these things should be at your fingertips. They should be at your fingertips. Any business you want to do, you should read about it. Ask questions around them. Àwọn wo ni wọ́n ń ṣe? And I mentioned something. What are you going to add that nobody else has done? Kí ló fẹ́ ṣe tó fẹ́ yàtọ̀? You should be able to say that. Because that is what will strike the investor. Oh, people have been doing traveling, people have been doing that, they have been doing this kind of thing. But what you tell them people to yàtọ̀. So that catch should be there. That yes, a lot of people have been doing this, but this time around, this is not good, very good. Maybe you want to be supplying to maybe nursing mothers in the hospital, antenatal and things like that. Maybe you want to be producing or anything. Maybe you want to apply to mosquito. You must identify a gap that your proposal wants to fill. All these things, for the day they want to read, you know about the Dangote. And your man is never last day. Once you understand that business professionally, you must identify a clear need, a market for the investor to be interested in. So you have to ask them, well, I'm going to look cassava, if I want to start, I want to go fish out. So somebody decide to invest in me, I'm a robo pay. I want to give you what do you know? So if you want to be a smart agripreneur, like I always say in the class, you must prepare yourself. Okay, smart by then your partner will tell you about people invest in business. How am I going to be able to convince the person that I'm worth investing in? So beyond the class, they were even able to take it to the level of all appointments. And they now went, you see, you should not have a discussion with a potential investor without making him commit to coming to see you. So I mean, rubbish is also good for an appointment. I'll be able to in the 2 minutes of pass on. They are not able to pass on any message. You have an appointment. But one boy with rubbish. But if you are able to strike a point, you go to mention so that by the time you to for last how wide you see the girl the go for nobody is although go see time after enough moment. Once you are able to strike an appointment somebody, then you go back and improve on your proposal so that it will be enough for you to meet the investor's interest. So beyond seeking appointment, beyond the elevation pitch, they have been able to seek an appointment with the investor and they went and got him convinced to the extent that he decided to fund their project. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. It means that you understand it and you are not taking anything away from this class. Please take this away. Thank you. Let's clap. All right, group 3. Hello, let's have one house, please.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Um, my name is Solomon KJ. This speech I'm going to be giving is a collaboration from every member of our group. This is everybody has added to what I'm going to say now. I'm just a mouthpiece for the group. Okay. We want to talk about warehouse significance in agricultural business. Warehouse is the storage of agricultural products for safe and suitable condition from harvest unit, and they are from an harvest unit needed for sales, production, or consumption. Yeah, production. After harvesting our product, warehouse is a place that can help us to keep and store our produce safe. We have traditional warehouse. These are what our fathers have been using to store their produce, like what silos. They use it to store their grain. It's made by mud. They do it in such a way that they build it with mud like a cone shape. So it will have a space where ventilation can be able to get in, because we don't want our produce to get mold. Because when there's no air, the grain will start building up mold, and that will actually affect the quality of our produce, which we don't want. And in the old days too, they have barns which they store. Our forefathers, they normally use that barn to store their yam. It's always made with sticks. They know how to sticks and rope. They build it. They make it a bit away from the ground level, and they store it there. So now modernization has come in, and we have metal silos used by big commercial farmers. So it's made of metal, like a drum, a big metal is making a quantity. And we have different bags, quality bags that we use. But let's talk about the significance of warehouse. Okay. It prevents post-harvest loss from pests and spoilage and weather. You know that the main reason why we are into this agriculture, apart from feeding our families from it as a substantial farmer, if you're a commercial farmer, even when you're a substantial farmer, you still can sell out of what you have. But let's talk as a commercial farmer now. The main reason why we are into this agriculture is to make money, not to lose. We, in past years, a lot of farmers get into a bigger debt because they don't have proper storage for their food. So, if you have a proper storage, infestation of pests can destroy anything in the twinkle of an eye. If you keep your for example, your cereal, let's use grain, agbado. If you don't keep it well, people can eat 30% of it if you don't keep it well within a month, and that will spoil the quality of the meal. And when the quality has been spoiled, nobody will bring a maize that a weevil will have eaten to the market and still sell it at the normal price. That will affect the price of our produce. So at the same time, whether if rain falls, just imagine you don't have the proper warehouse and you keep your produce outside. When rain starts beating it and everything, the whole thing will be at loss for you. Let's talk about the freshness. If your product is not, if it is not kept well, it won't be as fresh as it is. But just imagine you have a lot of produce, and you don't want to sell it at that point, and you want to keep till when the price is when the price is a bit high, so that you can get. Okay, at the same time, let's not forget about packaging and grading. It helps packaging and grading. Let's not forget for large scale, for security, when you have somewhere to keep your warehouse, there's security. Nobody can just pick your produce anyhow. And it allows produce to be in all seasons. Because when there's yam, when you plant yam in large quantity, when there's no yam, you can still store for the season when there's no yam, and you bring your yam out and sell at good rates. So it helps agriculture. It helps agriculture in so many ways. There will not be loss. There will be it will be very profitable for them, and it will actually help food supply. There will not be any season that there's no food.
Please appreciate that again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. She has told us the significance of warehouse in agribusiness. Remember, we said that when you're an entrepreneur, you can belong to any of the nodes of the value chain. Somebody can just decide that, okay, what I want to do as a business, as an agribusiness, is to have a warehouse. And she has made us realize the possible advantages of having a warehouse. It makes sure that there's food all around here. Not that we're saying, really you like to finish season what they're watching. And you'll be able to sell at a good price. So it sustains food security. And it also makes sure that, farmers' income is maintained. You are going to sell at a good price. I think they have done justice to this particular discussion. We had it in the chat and they have done that with justice. So, and she has also mentioned that it is a group work. So please clap for all the group members. I want to vote for everybody. Yes, the land was definitely not the list. Land was definitely not the list.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to talk about the function of marketing as a factor that drives agribusiness. And this presentation is being made by...
Please, wait, please. Do we want to listen to them or we don't want them to talk? No, I'm having some side discussion. That's what I'm asking. Ṣé kọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ àti kọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀? Ṣé a fẹ́ gbọ́ àbí a fẹ́ gbọ́? Ẹ dáhùn. A fẹ́ gbọ́. Bóyá.
Yeah, good morning once again. We're here to talk about the function of marketing as a factor that drives agribusiness. And I have a colleague that we are to do justice to the topic together. While I'll allow him to start with the presentation. Please, let me put your hands together and introduce Shehu.
My name is Week7. I'm here to send my contribution on the topic markets to drive across our business. So firstly, even apart from agribusiness, learning business, there are some things we have to note before going to business. Before going to my point, let me just say this. What are the things you have to know before going to any business? First thing, you have to know what to produce, when to produce, and when to produce, how to produce, and where to produce. So when I'm talking about what to produce, what are the demand of what you want to produce? So where to produce, maybe as an agri person, as a farmer, what you want to produce, where you want to produce, for you to have a wonderful yield of what you are producing. Let me just say this. Markets, before markets can drive your business, you have to note what the consumer wants, what they are in need of. What is demand? Farmers should adjust production accordingly, reducing waste and increasing profits. This approach encourages efficiency. So I want to talk about the 4 points that you have to note so that your business will be able to go on in the marketplace. First thing is consumer demand. What are the things that people are demanding for? Let me explain that one. Understanding what consumers want and are willing to pay for dictates production. So they are demand to give you opportunity to go to farm to produce what they are demanding and willing to have. Now the second thing is market trend. What is trending in the market? So you have to note that also before going to any business or in any agri business. You have to know what is trending in the market. For example, people are demanding for what is trending in the market is maybe beans. So I decided to produce maize. So you know that one is my fault now because what is trending in the market is beans. So I'm producing maize. I will want to consume my product myself. So you don't know the market trend. So the third thing I will be talking about is supply chain efficiency. Supply chain efficiency. So when we are talking about supply chain efficiency, getting products to market quickly and in good condition is crucial. So that means your product must be fresh produced in high demand during holiday or summer. So you have to have a fresh produce product so that people can go for it and demand for it more. And the second thing on that supply chain is that a taste and preference. Trend like organic or plant-based diet. So your products must have a good taste in the market. Now the last thing I'll be talking about is competition. Competition means knowing what others are offering, helping farmers to position themselves completely. So you have to know the competition going on in the marketplace. So maybe what is going on in the marketplace is people are selling their products maybe 5,000 naira. So you just decide to sell your own, maybe give them discount of 200 naira, selling your own 4,800 naira. So that will make you to consume what you have produced. So you have to know the competition going on in the market so that you will be able to sell what you have produced on time, so that you will not just waste that product. So let me just say something more. You have to reduce reducing transportation costs and time. So I would like to invite my colleague to add more comments.
Please clap for him.
Yeah, thank you everyone. You have to agree with me that in the olden days economics, it is what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. But in the new economics, it is now for whom. Before you can now come to what to produce. And while trying to round up, I would like to quickly let you know that the trend of marketing nowadays is very, very important in agribusiness because I'm a farmer aggregator. And before I can tell my farmers to do anything, I'll first of all find out who needs their product. Let me give you an example. For sorghum farmers, we have Nigerian breweries, consolidated breweries, Guinness, Heineken International breweries, they need sorghum. So before we plant sorghum, we will have to see the demand we need from these people. Talking about tomato, we have the likes of Foodco and Just Right and ShopRite, leading the product. For poultry farmers, we have Zatex and so on. So before going to the farm, we have to make sure that we have requests from these people before telling our farmers what to produce. And then it also falls down to value chain. We can't rule out the lots in the market sometimes. But when we have this kind of things, we move down to value chain. And also, it might interest you to know that the so-called Ghana yam that is being employed in the UK is planted in Awe or your area. I put my full chest to tell you, find out anywhere. Our Awe farmers are saying they plant Ghana yam. It is being taken by IIT, transported to Ghana, and then transported to UK. What an irony. So, but if we have done our marketing very well, we will have been the one transporting our yam to Ghana ourselves. So this tells us that we cannot overrule the importance of marketing in agribusiness because it speaks volume and it gives the farmer confidence that what I'm doing, I have good work for it. They call us Agbeloba. Where is our palace? It is always on the farm, not in glass houses. But in 2026, we are ready to take the bull by the horn by making marketing a very good stronghold of agribusiness, and then we can really call ourselves Agbeloba.
I would like to say this because while looking at the photos, I see that market is the heartbeat of agriculture. The reason why we do the farming and everything is that we profitable. And so while you are trying to be profitable, you need to consider where the demand is. So that comes with transportation. Like the potential investor, like that person that you saw the other time, be able to reach out to you. You are looking at the market. You are looking at anything that is market driven in the agricultural that equals to success. So thank you.
I am so happy and excited that the class understands this model very well. You have demonstrated a very good understanding of the model by all the groups, and the last group has also driven home the point of this model, and I'm very, very excited about that. So gbogbo atótónu tá à ń ṣe yìí afẹ́ gbin nǹkan ni afẹ́ wá investor ni afẹ́ tó ṣe nìkan ni tí market bá wà fún yín. An investor is not going to, no matter how beautiful your pitch is, he's not going to put his money if there's no market for it. And a smart agripreneur will not go into any business. Yóò bá ní owó wá. Kí ni kókó gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ náà tó láti jẹ? Owó ni. Our own jẹjẹ, yes, will be food secure, but at the same time we need the money. And your money, we should stop the narrative of you just go to the market and plant things. You should think very well. In contact with market work. So that when you say wala la no don't get wala la. Thank you all very much. A round of applause for them. Yes, thank you for this wonderful presentation. I'm going to just, there's something that is called time value of money in economics. Because the time value of money means 1 naira today is not the same thing as 1 naira tomorrow. $1 today is not the same thing as $1 tomorrow. The same thing, the principle also applies when you want to do agribusiness. Nǹkan tí $100 million lè ṣe lénìí, ó lè dọ̀là kó má ṣe because of a lot of factors. That is not related to what I'm saying. I'm just saying it as a side talk. That is why tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ ṣàjọ, àwa márùn-ún fẹ́ ṣàjọ ní ìsìn. Ìtò tí ń dájú ni wípé ẹni tó bá fẹ́ ṣàjọ yìí, bí ọ̀kọ́kọ́ wájọ, kó o mú nọmba 1 àti nọmba 2. Kò ṣe pé bá dàrú. Because the value of the àjọ you pay today, ẹni tó bá kó o láti yẹn, wọ́n ṣe ìkọ̀tọ̀ náà. Even if it's the same amount of money. Ṣé ìkọ̀tọ̀ mo sọ yìí wá? So the element of time is very critical in any agribusiness. Èèyàn kan sọ̀rọ̀ kan lánàá ó béèrè question kan wípé tó bá ṣe pé èèyàn ti fi chemical láti preserve cereal ẹ̀, kò lè kó ta cereal ní until after 3 months. Suddenly, owó cereal yẹn lọ, ó appreciate tó lọ sókè. Ṣó dáa kéèyàn tà? Kí láńsà ta rí mú bọ̀? Kò dáa torí wípé ó lè ṣe ìjàmbá fún ẹni tó bá jẹ. A lè fi sọ́dé bíi pé téèyàn bá sọ̀kù lọ́jà. Nígbà míì àwọn abárẹ̀ ilé ni o. Ṣé bá fi pé bóyá mo ta ẹ̀wà yẹn ní bóyá ní Ìbàdàn, àwọn fámìlì mi ò dẹ̀sìn bíbá yìí ibi tó wà jìnnà. Bóyá ẹni tó máa wá rà, bóyá ibi tó ń gbé ló fẹ́ lọ tà sí ìdónù. So very careful. So when we talk about timing in marketing, timing of selling produce that are being preserved, that are in which preservatives have been added, we should be very mindful of not selling them within the period when the active ingredient is still there. So, timing is also coming into play here. This time around, the health implication of what we are doing supersedes the monetary gain we are envisaging. Timing. Seasons are changing. I think ọyẹ́ ní ìsìn in Nigeria, in some parts of the country, ọyẹ́ ti mú dáadáa. The type of crops we plant also changes with season. Yes, of course, climate change ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀. So gbogbo bàtà ń gbé nǹkan, ó ti ń ṣe kí ni o, ó ti ń change. But notwithstanding, there's still a range. The time has not totally changed. Ó kàn lè sún síwájú àbí kó padà sẹ́yìn by some factors. But there's still a range of periods that we plant something. Gbogbo alamọ̀gbàtà àgbàdo máa ń jáde. Àbí bó jẹ́ àgbàdo àpò ọ̀ní, àmọ̀gbà tó ń jáde, àmọ̀gbàtà àgbàdo gidi, àgbàdo kọ̀ọ̀kan jáde. Ṣóyé wa. Fún àpẹẹrẹ, you know why we are saying timing is very important? If you market at the right time, you are going to maximize your profit. But if your timing of marketing is wrong, you are going to run short. Olódìpá fún PI tí wọ́n gbin àgbàdo. Lásìkò tó ń bí àgbàdo jẹ́ wàhálà tí mo ti bẹ̀ lágbàdo yìí ní gbọ́dọ̀ tà ní ìsìn. Mi ò tẹ̀ ní bírèkì ìmù débi pé máa jèrè. Ni wọ́n ṣe wá ṣiṣẹ́ tí ò ní jèrè. Ṣèbí nǹkan tá a fi ṣiṣẹ́ náà ní pé kíyàn jèrè. Olódìpá fún wọn tán fi ní pé wò nígbà àgbàdo yìí ò tí tó tà. Wọ́n yà gbé pamọ́. Wọ́n yà apply knowledge wọn gbé à. Àgbàdo yìí máa gbé ẹ pamọ́ ní tígbà tó ṣe wípé àsìkò tí bá tà ẹ báyìí inú mi á dùn pé mo ṣiṣẹ́ mo jèrè. Timing. So as a smart agri-premium, you must be very conscious of when you plant if you are a farmer and when to sell if you are an aggregator. Timing is very key, and timing also influences prices of commodities. Irọ́ ni mo pa. Shortly, also the harvest for any crop. Shortly before harvest, prices of commodities ló máa ṣe kí wọ́n máa lò. Ẹ̀rí fún àwọn tó bá gbin àgbàdo àpò, àwọn àgbàdo yẹn náà máa tẹyọ kan bóyá 200 naira torí kò sí ìpọ̀ ń tà. Timing. Ṣètò àwọn kò ń fẹ́ gbin àgbàdo àti business. Wàá short time tó ṣe wípé àgbàdo ò tí ì ní pọ̀. Bó ṣe tó wàá ṣe relation ní tá à ń pè ní abomirin. So that you can sell a lot of that maize at very good prices. Timing. Ẹ tí wàá fẹ́ gbin àgbàdo tàbí sorghum. The harvest period is usually between October and December for the season, and sometime between February and May. Like I said, the climate is changing. Our prices yìí, our time yìí, wọ́n lè sún síwájú dé àbí fún padà sẹ́yìn dé. But this is just an average time. For those that are into millet or rice production, the harvest time is usually between September and November. And they sell in January, between January and April. A potential agripreneur that wants to go into this business, you must understand the planting, the timing of the commodity. Time when maybe you want to buy and store. Time when man sell high. You must understand the dynamics. You must do a proper market survey. You should be like, àgbàdo tí ń tà náà sí o, àkàndédé bọ́ ìlú. You go and store maize at a period tó wọ́n, or wá fẹ́ tà later. Ó ti ra nǹkan wọ́n ọ̀tẹ̀ already. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ break even? That's not being smart. For those that are into wheat production, so actually wheat, most of the wheat are imported. They are tied to importation. But for the local ones, during the dry season, the sales the wheat no man does okay. So shortly before the harvest of any crop, prices are usually very high. You have very good prices for anybody that wants to go into that business. Either the farmer or even the potential, person that wants to sell. In fact, peak period, time of harvest, shortly before harvest, àwọn àgbẹ̀ ló pé jù. Shortly before harvest, àwọn àgbẹ̀ ló pé jù láti tètè gbìn nǹkan tó wá fẹ́ gbìn kán dẹ̀ tà. Yes, àwọn transporters náà lè maximize opportunity nígbà. Àgbàdo mélòó lẹ rí ní gbòòrò tẹ wá ń ná méjì ní 500. Ẹ̀mọye tí àgbàdo ń sọ ni, èèyàn mélòó lẹ rí tó ń ní àgbàdo. A farmer can maximize profit at that time. A transporter can also maximize profit at that time. But because at that time supply is very low, àwọn tó ní kíní yẹn wọn ò pọ̀. The supply in the market is far below the demand. When supply is below the demand, prices increase. But tí nǹkan bá ti pọ̀ tó yẹ pé demand ó ti pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ lọ́jà, the prices will crash. When there is high supply, prices come down. This is not something out of the blue. It is automatic. Pé tí nǹkan bá pọ̀, máa pa nǹkan tó jẹ́ èrè oko tó ṣe pé àwọn èlò keep wọn lè preserve for a very long time. Prices will come down. Oníkálùkù fẹ́ tà so that kò ní bàjẹ́. And this is when a smart agripreneur will come in. Oh, prices now kini into our okay. This is the time for me to buy them in bulk and maybe warehouse. This is the time for processors, for example, to add value. So you want to turn them into flour. Are we following my discussion? I'm discussing timing as an agripreneur. You have to understand when to buy and when not to buy. When to sell and not when to sell. During the time that the supplies are also very high, the warehouse man can also determine, okay, so price tí mo fẹ́ máa keep báàgì basic on it, I'm increasing it from maybe 1,000 per month to 1,500 or 2,000 naira per month. Timing. So, a potential agripreneur must understand the essence of timing in agriculture in order to be able to maximize profit. We have a lot of apps. We are in the digital world. We have a lot of apps that people use to monitor the prices of commodities from time to time. There is one app that is called Farm Crowdy. Farm Crowdy is an app that can show you the market trend. Say, you don't have value. Sorghum, maybe by at this time. So you can follow that to know what is happening. There is one that is also called Dawa No. I don't know, I'm not Hausa. Dawa Now in Kano. In Kano is a market. So it's a very big market. You can also have link with that market to follow this particular thing now for you to know when to either buy and resell or to buy and house, and stock. There is a lot of forecasts also, maybe by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, which is the body that gives information about agricultural commodities. For all this strange we are talking is when the naira is stable. The economists will say "Teteri paripo," every other thing being equal. Since security bá ṣẹlẹ̀, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ àrí, Ọlọ́run bá wa dá owó ìdúró lórí àti rí ọ̀rẹ́ bí Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká rí wọn. No matter how cheap the commodity is, you won't be able to even go there and buy. They will go best to it. So we are talking about taking advantage of timing when every other thing is what? Equal. That's what I want to talk to you about timing. Shall we go? Last governor, so quick. Dike. Ṣé Dike náà pè àbí náà? Wíkẹ́ ẹni tó bá kàn sí sójà dà. Okay. So I'll go to the next session. Any questions and queries you have, please keep them till I run through this segment and ask me. No problem. Identifying markets and meeting their needs. How do you identify markets and meet the need of the market? As the last set of presenters also said, àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ rajà ló máa determine nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ tà. Yorùbá máa ń pòwe pé ọbẹ̀ tí bá lè jẹ ìyẹlélé ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe é. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe é because tí o fẹ́ da jẹ ni. Nǹkan tí o bá ní mákẹ́tì fún, why do you want to go and produce it? So it is very important in identifying your market. You need to identify, is it the local market you want to be selling your commodities to? Or is it a regional market? Somebody just gave a very classical example. Issue Ghana, tí wọ́n ń gbìn bíbá yìí, tí wọ́n kàn rebrand. Issue nìkan lè rí a lot of things ní ṣẹlẹ̀ náà. Kò ṣe rí o, àwọn èèyàn wa náà ti wá gbọ́n o. Ọ̀pọ̀ ti sún gan-an, àti báwọn èèyàn ṣe máa ń sọ. Ọ̀pọ̀ ti sún, ó ti yàtọ̀ sí tàbí táìpọ̀ lórí nǹkan ló kọ́. Ó ti yàtọ̀ sí àtijọ́. A lot of people are now into exporting of agricultural commodities. It is what you know that you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. So, gbogbo ojú tó dúdú tó ṣe wípé wá gbéṣu láti bíbá yìí, wọ́n á lè branded, wọ́n á gbé lọ Ghana láti Ghana. Nǹkan tó lè jẹ́ kó máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé àwọn èèyàn wá ti balẹ̀ jẹ́. We are talking about measurement. We are talking about minimum residual level of growth. Wọ́n á ní àwọn òfẹ́ kẹ́míkà nínú ìmọ̀ táwọn bá fẹ́ jẹ. Àwa ti wá. Àgbẹ̀kẹ́ oríṣiríṣi ìmọ̀ là ń jẹ lọ́jà. Àfikọ́ lọ́n kó ṣàánú wa. Fẹ́ẹ̀tì wa iná ni. Fẹ́ẹ̀sì wa iná lọ́lọ́run fi ń ṣọ́ wa fún bá ti fẹ́ jẹ bá ti ṣe bísí láì wà lábáríkà sí ọlọ́run bá fi bàríkà sí oúnjẹ lọ sí. Táwọn ọlọ́ba fẹ́ jẹ olórúkọ Jésù wọn jẹ lọ sí. Àìjẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, nǹkan táwọn èèyàn yẹn ń dánwò lọ́jà wa ó tẹ́rí gbogbo. Òyìnbó man will not do that. They have tested some of Nigerian exporters. Tó bá ṣe random selection àwọn goods náà tó export. Tó ṣe wípé minimum residual level yẹn wọ́n meet it. Kẹ́míkà tí ò yẹ kó wà níbi oúnjẹ tó export wọ́n rí bẹ́ẹ̀. That's why they shut the borders out from Nigeria. Ẹ bá fẹ́ gba commodity. Ẹ má lọ Nàìjíríà wọ́n sán lórí gan. Tẹ bá ṣe sample kìíní wọn, nǹkan tẹ́ ilé ìfẹ́ yẹn gbọ̀ngàn ló wà ní ẹrù wọn. Meanwhile, Ghana mélòó ni gbogbo Ghana kò tó Ìbàdàn. The whole of Ghana as a country kò tó Ìbàdàn. Kò ń ṣe Ọ̀yọ́ state kò tó Ìbàdàn. Ọ̀yọ́ state ju Ìbàdàn lọ. Kò tó Ìbàdàn. The whole of Ghana as a country. Wọ́n wá jẹ lọ sí pé àwọn follow rules. You can live o lè gba dọ́là òyìnbó, o gbọ́dọ̀ follow rules and regulations here. So it's because we are not able to comply. That's why we are losing out on the market. But our regional market, we should not even be eyeing the Oyibo market alone. There are a lot of money we can make across border. The way of most of them go right to Wodela to Kotobuki. Our own jet, our not let go of the Nigeria is a very blessed country. Sabad me okay, the bush man story. But think contact the bullet. So, for your information, Nigeria may be the third largest producer of cassava. The third largest producer of cassava. Second largest. And Oyo is the first producer of cassava in Nigeria. Do you understand? So, opportunity is the job for us to sit back and tap into this opportunity. And if we cannot move as an individual, we can move as a group, like I've always encouraged us. So we can explore the regional market apart from the local market. Gbogbo yà ta láàrin Ọ̀yọ́ sí Ìbàdàn sí Èkó sí Mile 12. Yàtọ̀ sí Mile 12 àwọn ọjà tó àwọn ibi tá a lè tajà sí pọ̀ dáadáa. Yàtọ̀ sí Port Harcourt, Abuja, Mile 12 ó pọ̀ dáadáa. We can go regional and we can also do the export market, like I said. And export market is not only restricted to the ECOWAS countries. We can do Middle East and Europe, so long as we can meet the standards. So, it's very important to identify the market. Níbo náà ti máa ń jẹ, iṣu jù, ṣé àwọn Ghana máa ń jẹ ṣùgbọ́n o, àdúgbò náà ti máa ń jẹ this particular commodity. So, ẹni tó fẹ́ ṣe agribusiness, ó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe àwọn assignment kan. The commodity you want to go into, where is the market? If you decide to produce it, or you want to sell it, or you want to transport it, Igbo government you want to need it, you must identify your market. The end users, the consumers. The consumer can be processor, but your own processor is inconvenient. The consumer for the only channel on journey. Either way, you must identify your market, either locally, regionally, or even outside the region. For example, the market for cereals. So I say cereals like where the local market, the village market. Bóyá ọjà àjọ márùn-ún ọjà mẹ́ta tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe tó bá ti gbé bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti fẹ́ lọ máa ta àbá ti fẹ́ máa rà àwọn ọjà kan wà tẹ́gbọ́n wọ́n wà known for particular commodity tẹ́ bá wọ ọjà aṣù ibi tẹ́ máa lọ lélẹ̀ ọba ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ọjà ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ gbogbo alamọ wẹ́mà kí lórúkọ ìlú lọ́nà Àkúrẹ́ ọ̀wẹ́nà everybody mọ̀ pé ọ̀wẹ́nà wọ́n ṣe kí ni wọ́n lọ́gẹ̀dẹ̀ tó dáa. So there are some places that are already known for some markets. People even come from different parts of. Yes, you understand? Some commodities are known by some locations. So if you are a processor, a gatherer, a potential trader, you should be able to know which commodities are present in what market. So, market for cereals, for example, it can be in the village market. It can be in the open store. For example, Bodija Wabi by no. I'm always saying the place where we can buy it. The regional market for sorghum, Ghana is a very good place. ẹni tó bá fẹ́ market tó tàn àbí tó fẹ́ ṣe business tó tàn. Well, for the export market, sometimes processed maize is also good to sell in the US. They do a lot of importation of processed maize, but I don't know whether they get processed maize from Nigeria. So, but if you want to go into the export market, there are a lot of people that are in the export market now. The Nigerian Export Promotion Council, they have branches all over the country. You can get in touch with them. Oh, I want to be going into this particular production. How do I go about it? They have registered farmers. Farmers, they follow the protocol. They have officers that go to monitor them. So as Kotoba Econ chemical is in one PC. Somebody if they harvest it, one teacher sample around Koto be one way, more export so that money no over Nigeria. So a lot of efforts are ongoing in rebranding the country. So if you are actually interested in going into exports, you can actually approach the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. They have branches all over, they have in all over the country. And they have potential farmers that are registered with them. You can do a joint thing or you can come together as a team and try to approach them if you identify an exportable crop. And in doing this, after identifying your market, you also need to do what we call market requirements. Market requirements. Is it the next governor for you? Okay, they want to give it a hand up. Oh, patient. I can't because only if I say give that they want. Oh, I don't even allow. So maybe I don't win everything. Oh, yeah, because you get my okay, now I'll quickly random. So market requirements. After identifying your market, hello. I don't want to spoil party. So market requirements. When you have identified your market, different markets have their different requirements. Like I mean referring to the quality or the standard of the market, you have to understand it. What is the great quality standard, for example? Àwọn òbí àní báwọn ṣe fẹ́ kí àgbàdo àwọn kó gbẹ sí lélẹ́yìí, àwọn òfẹ́ kó gbẹ jù, àwọn òfẹ́ kó ṣe báwọn, wọ́n á fún yín mọ́ sọ́kò ẹ̀sẹ̀, wọ́n á fún yín láwọn certifications. After identifying your market, hello, let's round up on time now. After identifying your market, you should also be able to understand and meet the market requirement, quality standard, then quantity demanded. And tó mọ̀ wípé òun fẹ́ supply a potential processor, and the processor is asking you that for everything tó òun fẹ́ 10 tons. 10 tons yẹn ló lè process tó máa tan generator tó máa gbé òṣìṣẹ́ síbẹ̀ òun náà máa make profit. Okay, if I process 10 tons within 5 hours, I will have this much quantity. I have way of supplying it. You as a producer, 10 tons ni mo fẹ́ o. Tó bá ti mọ̀ yí pé o ní kápá láti supply 10 tons yẹn, bóyá wà make arrangement from people that are producing similar crops with you and are also doing the same standard. Ẹgbọ́n mi yé o. Tó bá ṣe pé standard ẹni yẹn, àwọn tó fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn ní standard ẹ̀ wọ́n á bọ̀jà ẹ̀jẹ̀ o. So that is why if you do your market survey before you start producing, the number of hectares mo ní láti produce kìíní kò tó o. Bóyá kí n mú Mr. A and Mr. B mọ́ra. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbin kìíní, we have a proposal. There's a market for it. So I'm move this somewhere, and I'm move this somewhere, so that you people can work together and be able to supply your customer. Delivery schedule. Ẹ má jò dàbí oníṣẹ́ owó. Sanni pé deliver time deliver thematic group. Ẹni ẹ ti program minded pé time tó ń fẹ́ di delivery a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ story ìgbà ẹni network ò ní lọ. The crop type and variety ẹni ẹ ti sọ̀rọ̀ variety cassava tó ń fẹ́ fún ẹ tó ló mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ fi ṣe please stick to that don't give him another variety. Grade only grade 1 ni mo fẹ́ kí ni price ẹ ẹ ti jọ agree lórí price ẹ please don't give any grade as lower than that. And like I said, the date of delivery and the kind of packaging tó fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi pack ní 100 kg. Kò sẹ́ni tó ń rẹ̀ pé kò ṣe ní 50 kg. Àbí kò ní àmì ìrí báàgì 100 kg ni mo decide láti pack ní 50. Ṣèbí kẹ́sí 500 náà lẹ́lẹ́fẹ́ àti 50 àti 100 èmi kò ti pé 500 ni ó ṣe fẹ́ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn. If you understand the requirement. You also need to have what we call marketing strategy. For a contract farming, for example, what event potential buyer is okay, we must supply 100 bags of maize for him ní May. If you agree with price, we still got control. We are price below, we are below salary. You would have agreed on price, so my pay, no, and you sign an agreement. It's a strategy so that kò ní dọ̀la kò produce ẹ̀sán wá lóhùn òfẹ́ mọ́ kò sí nǹkan tó jọ àbí kò rí i pé price ti fall torí price ti wá fall ní ìsinyìí òun ò nira tiẹ̀ mọ́ torí tí price bá fall ó pé òun kò pé wọ́ tí price bá dẹ̀ rise ó pé wọ́ kò pé òun or vice versa. Agree. When you are doing contract farming, I agree on the price and volume is very important. So much èèyàn fẹ́ ṣe. Another strategy is that you want to supply Dangote 1,000 tons of cassava. I don't have that capacity. I'm an aggregator. I can go and look for farmers that are producing and aggregate and then sell. It's a strategy. It's a marketing strategy. You don't have to be a producer so you can market it. It's an agri-business. You can decide to add value. It's another marketing strategy. Àgbàdo pọ̀ mọ́ lásìkò yìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká mí ilẹ̀ so that you can. When you add value to something, you extend the shelf life. Kò ní tètè bàjẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sá. Àwọn àsìkò tí lábá pọ̀, ẹ lè decide láti gé ilá yẹn, kẹsàn-án dry sọ́run ńlá. Ó lọ ìyẹn tẹ bá dé Kánò, àwọn yẹn tẹ máa ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ value addition. Wọ́n ṣe máa ń to ilá bá ní báàgì líle. Gbogbo òkúta àwọn bá fẹ́ ṣe ní báàgì. Yeah. You can use digital platforms. You can form WhatsApp groups. Gbogbo àlà ń ṣe digital marketing. Okay. If you want this one, I have a lot of WhatsApp groups àwọn èèyàn pé I have 10 tons of this. Contact this DM for your business, DM for this. It's another way to market. These days, they will need that to body market to do that for the better. Once you have a WhatsApp group and you have people on that WhatsApp group, without even leaving your house, you can do marketing. So what we are saying is that marketing now does not have to be one-on-one, doesn't have to be physical. Marketing can be digital. So when you are marketing, know your market. That's the first thing. Meet the quality of your customers. And you should add value whenever it is possible. All right. I'm going to stop here because of your party. Yes, because of your party, but please take this away. Take this away. Just a summary of everything I've done with you in this module. I've talked about transportation, the importance of transportation that we have demonstrated. You can choose road, you can choose rail, you can choose water, depending on the distance and the type of commodity you are taking. This is just like a summary. When you are doing warehousing, make sure that you maintain your warehouse, that it is dry and it is in cool condition. Make sure it is dry. and make sure you control the pest in your warehouse. Standardization. If you want to sell and command price, learn to standardize things. To target with a difference. To market it with a difference. Just let people know that the price you are putting, the price margin you are putting, there's a value for what they are paying. They are getting value for that. And then finally, when you are marketing, know your market, meet the standards of the market, sell collectively where possible, and add value where necessary. Thank you all very much for that. I will not come back to this podium unless I'm asked to come and give you a test. Yes, they said we should give a test. But, okay, no, you will not be seeing this. You are able to get one or two things from it.
Please come and write your name. Go outside and write your name. Not everybody, not the people who are new living their lives since last week. Like Monday, last week, Tuesday, last week. Come on, write your name.
Amina, Amina.
Let us start with the solid waste. Solid waste. I want you to jot down whatever I'm telling you now. Give it 2 months. If we jot in, you know, I did this for you sometimes ago. Mobile only you just gbogbo ẹ̀ náà máa dẹ̀ record fún
mo ti sọ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ kíní kan fún yín nígbà tí ayé tí ẹnìkan kò tí jẹ́ Kristẹni àti Mùsùlùmí wà ṣe mọ̀ káyé yẹn ló kọ́kọ́ wà nígbà tá a dá Ádámù àti Éfà ìwé Ọlọ́run sọ fún wa pé àwọn tó wà nígbà òfin nìyẹn nígbà tí wọ́n bá kú tó wọ́n fẹ́ ṣèdájọ́ wọn nípa òfin láti ṣèdájọ́ wọn àwọn tó wá wá láyé ti Kristẹni kí ló máa fi ṣèdájọ́ wọn sáà yìí so bó ṣe lọ nìyẹn torí náà àwọn tí ò ṣe tẹ́sì tí mo kọ́kọ́ ṣe fún yín yẹn lọ àwọn náà mọ̀ òjò náà ni bàbá wọn kọ sí. Yes, they ought to have resumed before that time but the majority of you did not show up. Àwọn míì ti ẹ̀ ti gbà ẹ̀mọ́ mẹ́nìkan bí láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì báyìí kò tí wọnú bí. Last week the person wasn't on ground. This week again mi ò tiẹ̀ lé ojú mi sórí. So ẹ má wọrí nígbà tẹ bá wọlé ní next year màá surprise yín. Ṣé ẹ ti surprise wa pẹ̀lú Santa Claus? Àwa náà wàá surprise wa pẹ̀lú test. Santa wà dà. Santa gbọ́dọ̀ wà ká lọ. Àwọn ìgbẹ́kùn bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ rò. Kẹ́sì ó ti fẹ́ padà lọ sí Róòmù bẹ́ẹ̀ Róòmù. Ayé mi ti dùn. So what is solid waste? Solid waste is any non-liquid. Solid waste is any non-liquid material. Solid waste is any non-liquid material that is discarded, such as garbage, refuse, and sludge from wastewater treatment plants. Again, solid waste is any non-liquid material that is discarded, such as garbage, refuse, and sludge from wastewater treatment plants. It includes a wide variety of items, from industrial, commercial, agricultural, and community activities such as food, scrap, packaging, construction, debris, and electronics. I will not see you because you are not serious. Party here, ó ti ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sínú bọ́dì yìí, ẹ ti jẹ pọ̀npọ̀n aláta, ẹ ti jẹ pọ̀npọ̀n aláta, ẹlòmíì tó bá ní kó ṣe patí tílẹ̀ máa fi ṣúlẹ̀ ní kó má kó bí mo mọ̀ pé yóò dúró kò lè ṣe bí ó ṣe fún un. You are read it. So common types of solid waste. You want me to come again? Yes, you got 2025. Okay, I will start again. Solid waste is any non-liquid. Solid waste is any non-liquid material that is discarded, such as garbage, refuse, and sludge from wastewater treatment plants. And this includes a wide variety of items from industrial. It includes a wide variety of items from industrial, commercial, agricultural, and community activities, such as food, scraps, packaging, construction debris, and electronics. Anything you can lay hands on like this. So it's all solid telephone, so anything that includes a wide variety of items from industrial, commercial, agricultural, and community activities such as food, scraps, packaging, construction, debris, and electronics. So common types of solid waste. Lánàá mo ní kẹ́ ẹ kà á. Èmi náà wá fẹ́ di questions ní báyìí. What are the common types of solid waste that you have? Torí mo mọ̀ pé lánàá wọ́n ti sọ fún pé kéré tí ó wà lónìí báyìí ẹlòmíì ò tiẹ̀ ka ìwé kankan. What are the common types of solid waste? Nico Indra community types, common types of common types of solid waste. Number 1, municipal solid waste, MSW, municipal solid waste. This is everyday household trash, like paper, yard trimmings, food waste, and plastics. These are the common type municipal solid waste we have. This is everyday household trash. So I'm just using just one. I want municipal solid waste. Number 2, industrial and commercial waste. Byproducts from businesses and factories, which can include ash, ash, sludge, and demolition debris. Sludge is SLUDGE. So industrial and commercial waste, they are byproducts from businesses and factories, which can include ash, sludge, and demolition debris. Then we also have agricultural waste. Agricultural waste, these are the waste generated from farming operations. What are the waste generated from farming operations? Corn, all these people, those are the waste generated from farming operations. Then construction and demolition waste. Construction and demolition waste. These are waste from building and renovation projects, such as concrete, woods, and bricks. Then number 5, hazardous waste. Hazardous waste. These are the waste that is reactive. They are reactive, they are toxic, or poses a threat to human health and the environment, like certain chemicals or explosives. You get it? Am I communicating? Number 4, there are construction and demolition waste. Waste from building and renovation projects such as concrete, wood, and bricks. Then hazardous waste. Those are the waste that is reactive. They are toxic and poses a threat to human health and the environment, like certain chemicals or explosives. Those are the hazardous waste. Then we also have healthcare waste. Waste from medical facilities. Waste from medical facilities, like maybe they give dressing, all these things together, gloves, especially some medicals on this post. Those are the healthcare waste. Then what are the key characteristics of solid waste? It has key characteristics. Àwọn mélòó ló kàn tí mo ní kẹ̀kà lánàá? Ṣé ẹ bá fẹ́ sọ ní òtítọ́ àti lóòrùn? Ẹni mélòó ló kà? Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ní pàtí wà lágbo kan òun, mo mọ̀ pé ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀sán òun, ayé yín ti dùn. So key characteristics of this solid waste. A, solid waste is not limited to materials. Solid waste, they are not limited to materials that are physically solid. They are not limited to materials that are physically solid, It can also include liquids and semi-solids that are discarded. What are they? What are the semi-solids that are discarded? Semi-solids. B, proper management is crucial. I'm telling you about the key characteristics of liquid waste. If you want to ask me any questions, before I proceed. So I've told you one of the key characteristics that solid waste is not only limited to something that is solid. We have some semi-solid waste among them rather. So, and semi-solids that are discarded. Then number B, proper management is crucial. Proper management is crucial to prevent health problems, pollution, and the spread of disease. Like you have your poultry around now. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ní ibi tí òfin poultry wà, tí ẹ bá ní poultry sínú igbó kan, tí ilé bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní débẹ̀, kí náà ní kán ṣe? Wọ́n á mú síwájú náà. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ tó bá wà within residential places or place tó ń sin poultry bẹ́ẹ̀, ìmọ́tótó ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ gbowó nìyẹn. Shemo, you have to be very, very meticulous in cleanliness because when poultry dropping is at the end, the device they means that as they are having their poultry there, they will also plant fish pond, thank you. Fish pond, they run fish pond. So they will use the poultry dropping. They will use it to feed the fish. They will use it to feed their fish. Every day, a jack on solar and you know about New York. So, can I proceed? So, the number C of the key characteristics I've told you about the proper management is crucial to prevent health problems, pollution, and the spread of disease. Then disposal, number C now. Disposal methods can include recycling, incineration, and landfilling. And the goal is to prevent waste from impacting society or the environment. Ṣé mo káwọn èdè míì tí wọ́n bá ní gbogbo orú àwọn sọ́ọ̀lì wọ́n á gbẹ́ ilẹ̀, wọ́n á ṣe kí ni, wọ́n á dà sí. Tàbí tó bá ríbi tí kò tó wà, wọ́n á fi fíl gbogbo bẹ̀. Wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ṣe láti impact society of the environment. So disposal methods can include recycling, incineration, or landfilling. And the goal of this is to prevent waste from impacting society of the environment. Just like the three characteristics, if I should ask you in your test now, what are the key characteristics of solid waste? I don't want anybody to look like a cow that is being stranded at the gate. I want you to spread your tentacle and give me the right answer. So, solid waste management, let's proceed. Solid waste, not part of it, is another paragraph now. Solid waste management is the systematic process. It is a systematic process of collecting. When you collect, you treat, and you dispose of. So, solid waste management is the systematic process of collecting, treating, and disposing of waste in a way that protects public health and the environment. I know the majority of you are not writing, and I'm not going to give you any handout to this effect. You are going to read it on your own. I will give you text. You will read it on your own. Yes. Solid waste is the management. Solid waste management, solid waste management is the systematic process of collecting, treating, and disposing of waste in a way that protects public health and the environment. It involves the entire life cycle of waste, from its generation to its final disposal, with a focus on reducing the amount of waste produced and reusing or recycling materials whenever possible. Again, solid waste management is the systematic process of collecting, treating, and disposing of waste in a way that protects public health and the environment. It involves the entire life cycle of waste from its generation to its final disposal, with a focus on reducing the amount of waste produced and reusing or recycling materials whenever possible. So what are the key components of this solid waste? What are the key components? Number one, generation and segregation. When you generate waste, try as much as possible to sort it out. Until fast. So I'm telling you the key components now. You know what you change. Number one, generation and segregation. When you generate all these things, when you gather them together, you sort them out, you segregate. One more paper, pure water, much can take them on. Bottles, one for silicon. A tobager, paper, one for silicon. So waste is, in this generation of segregation, waste is separated at the source into different categories, e.g. organic, recyclable, and hazardous. Tobacco joton, èyí tó lè pani lára, wọ́n mú sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Èyí tó lè ṣe bí mo ti kọ́kọ́ sọ, ẹ̀kọ́ sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Èyí tó lè jẹ́ organic. What is an organic material? Kí ni wọ́n pè ní organic material? What is the difference between organic and inorganic? Kí ló jẹ́ àjẹkù? We have organic material and inorganic material. What is the difference between both? Inorganic is what? Chemical. Inorganic. What about the organic one? That is assignment for you. Number two, collection. Waste is gathered from its source. You gather waste from its source and transported to collection points. I think I showed you the difference there was being for it sometimes ago. Collection. Waste is gathered from its source and transported to collection points or transfer stations. When they get there, they will know what to do about it. Then number three, among the key components, transfer and transport. That's number three. Waste is moved from smaller collection vehicles to larger ones for long distance transport to treatment or disposal sites. Again, transfer and transport. Waste is moved from smaller collection vehicles to larger ones for long distance transport to treatment or disposal sites. Number four, treatment and recovery. Waste is processed to reduce volume. Number processing waste, treatment and recovery. Waste is processed to reduce volume and recover valuable materials or energy. And this includes A, recycling, which is processing materials like paper, plastic and metal into new products. Our papers they don't gather for this type of recycling. What are they using it to do? At times they use it to do, I think they have stopped it now. They use it to do toilet paper. Yes. See, when you got toilet paper, you have money still. That's what is stop the people are using it. So, number 4, treatment and recovery. Waste is processed to reduce volume and recover valuable materials for energy. And this includes number 8, recycling. That is processing materials like paper, plastic, and metal into new products. Number B, composting, like we all know about. Decomposing organic waste into nutrient-rich soil. Then number C, energy recovery. Converting non-recyclable waste into energy, often through incineration. In this energy recovery, àwọn èèyàn míì ń lo ìgbẹ́ irin láti fi generate. They use it to generate electricity. They use something like that. If we're looking at the soccer way, they use many things like that to generate energy. Yes. Then, let's talk about disposal. Disposal. I've told you to read more about this thing. When you read in ahead of the class, you see that you gain many things. But I'm not blaming you people. I'm not blaming you. You know the reason why I'm not blaming you? Festive food, flour. But the error do matter. Wọṣẹ wọ bàbà, jásí adéwájú bàbá kọ̀, jọ ṣọpẹ́ sọ́lọ̀ tó bá wá di January kẹ́mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. So disposal now. The remaining waste is disposed of. Typically in sanitary landfills designed to prevent pollution. Bí irú ẹni tí ò bá mọ tí ò ní fish pond tó fẹ́ da poultry something tó fẹ́ dà ní àwọn lè gbẹ̀rù kókó sínú ẹ̀ ẹ̀tẹ́ tó bá ní fish pond. The importance of the disposal now. You know, I mentioned something disposal. That is the remaining waste is disposed of. Typically in sanitary landfills designed to prevent pollution. Then what is it? What are you saying? You are lost. But I mentioned something disposal. You heard about that. And I told you that that is disposal. What brings about this is that after you want to dispose it of now, that is the remaining waste that you want to dispose of. Is now, you are now disposed of typically in sanitary landfills and the weather can you see, designed to prevent pollution. So let me go ara agbègbè. This is why you are mature enough, majority of you have passed out. I should be dictating. Okay? So where are you now? Importance Importance, number 1, public health. Proper management prevents unsanitary conditions and the spread of diseases. Importance now, number 1, public health. You know, you take cognizance of the public health. So public health now. proper management, that is proper management prevents unsanitary conditions and the spread of diseases. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣe proper disposal, kò ní jẹ́ kí àrùn kó gbilẹ̀. Number 2, environmental protection. You want to protect the environment. Environmental protection minimizes pollution of the air, land, and water. Environmental protection minimizes pollution of the air, land, and water. And the number 3 of it is resource conservation. Resource conservation. Resource conservation is the recycling and reusing materials. Reduces the need to extract new resources. Like some people now, resource conservation, that is the recycling and reusing materials, which reduces the need to extract new resources. Chairman, àwọn tó lo bottle water ní ìsìn, ẹlòmíì àwọn afọ, àfihàn, àfiṣe zobo, instead of any other thing. Instead, yes, recycling and reusing materials, and this reduces the need to extract new resources. As you are doing, ẹlòmíì jókòó ó rán gbọ́ lẹ́sọ̀ ẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀, ẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ̀ pé wọ́n grab ẹ̀ báyìí. By the time tó bá mú mi tó judge, tó bá mú wọ́n grab ẹ̀ díẹ̀. Láì kò sí ṣé kí tẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ tó fẹ́ ilẹ̀ sọ́ńtà ṣe fà. God bless you. And what is liquid waste? We have left the solid waste only. We are on liquid waste now. What is liquid waste? Liquid waste is any waste material that is in liquid form. Liquid waste is any waste material that is in liquid form. And this includes wastewater, sewage, wastewater, sewage, and liquids from industrial processes or commercial and residential activities. Àwọn omi tá à ń lò, omi tá à ń lò for water, agriculture, agriculture, for toilet, gbogbo ẹ̀. So again, what is liquid waste? Liquid waste is any waste material that is in liquid form, and this includes wastewater, sewage, or liquids from industrial processes or commercial and residential activities. This can be harmful to the environment and human health. This liquid waste that we are disposing of, it can be harmful to the environment and human health, and includes everything from household use, like used cooking oil, to toxic industrial byproducts like chemical cleaning fluids. Again, ṣé agbogbo àwọn àtàwọn bíi ṣé ẹ̀ bá mi fọkàn balẹ̀ àbí kí n máa ju Yorùbá díẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí? What is liquid waste in Yoruba? Omi tí a fi ṣe ohun èlò, omi tí ò dára, omi tí a máa dànù. Can I proceed? I said it can be harmful to the environment and human health, and includes everything from household foods like used cooking oil to toxic industrial byproducts like chemicals, cleaning fluids. I come again. What is liquid waste? Liquid waste is any waste material that is in liquid form, including wastewater, sewage, and liquids from industrial processes or commercial and residential activities. It can be harmful to the environment and human health and includes everything from household food like used cooking oil to toxic industrial byproducts like chemical cleaning fluids. So, proper management and disposal are crucial in this aspect too. Proper management and disposal are crucial to prevent the rapid spread of contamination. Gbogbo àtọ́sọ́mi tí wọ́n sọ látàrí náà ni pé àwọn omi tí ó ta ti lò nínú ilé bí a ti fi fọ̀wọ́, a ti fi fọ̀bọ́, àwọn òróró tá a ti fi tíṣù tá a dín gbogbo ẹ̀ tó ṣẹ́kù. Ṣọ̀gbọ́n òróró yẹn bá pẹ́ kò wúlò mọ́, kò dámú. Ẹlòmíì ayọ̀ àjánù, ẹlòmíì àjánù tó bá pẹ́, wọ́n àjánù. Ẹni tó bá ní ajá ó lè fi ṣe oúnjẹ ajá, ẹlòmíì àjánù. Tó bá dànù wọ́n wá ní pé tá a bá ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ní pé tá a bá ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ pé àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń sọ yìí tá a bá ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tán àwọn tí ò dá tá a dà nìyí tá a bá ṣe dáadáa ó lè mú àkóbá wá fún àwọn agbègbè ibi tá a wà. Wọ́n wá ní pé àwọn nǹkan bíi ọ́ìlì tá a fi dín nǹkan àti gbogbo àwọn kẹ́míkà olóró àwọn kẹ́míkà olóró gbogbo ẹ̀ wípé gbogbo ẹ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ a bá fẹ́ dà wọ́n nù a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ní ètò tó yẹ pé ó dára láti má jẹ́ kó kó bá àwọn tó wà ní àgbègbè wa. Ṣé mo yege lẹ̀? Ṣé mo gbà yí ẹ̀? There are sources of liquid waste. We mentioned number 1, residential. Sources of liquid waste, number 1, residential. Waste from homes, such as sewage from toilets. So, ẹlòmíì, irú toilet wọn yẹn, ẹlòmíì tó bá kọ́lé síbi odò, ó máa ń di àǹfààní kan. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni náà ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ẹni tó ní iṣan lẹ́yìn ọ̀run dáadáa. Iṣan lẹ́yìn ọ̀run tí mo sọ pé ní tó gbọ́dọ̀ ní owó lọ́wọ́. Torí àwọn concrete tó máa ṣe yẹn, a ṣe ẹlòmíì toilet yẹn a ṣe ní sọ́ọ̀ṣì wèlé pé irú àwọn toilet yẹn tó bá ti mọ̀ kó fẹ́ kú á ju àwọn kẹ́míkà kan sínú toilet á di sọ̀bù á melt gbogbo àwọn yìnyẹn á sọ di sewage omi wọ́n á ti ra lọ ṣe kí síbi ẹgbẹ́ odò a ti ṣe kí sẹ́gbẹ̀ odò ṣe pé tójò bá ti ń rọ̀ á lè rọra bá ṣì sílẹ̀ àwọn ìyá lọ máa ṣe ọmọ ẹ̀yà tó rí nísàlẹ̀ odò lọ́wọ́. So residential waste from homes such as sewage from toilets, water from washing and bathing, and food preparation waste. Those are residential ones. The residential ones are waste from homes such as sewage from toilets, water from washing and bathing, and food preparation waste. Those are the liquid waste from the residential. Then commercial. Number 2, commercial. Waste from businesses and commercial establishments. Because they commercialize our waste then low last event. They are waste from businesses and commercial establishments. Bí irú obìnrin tó jẹ́ télọ̀ tó ránṣọ, gbogbo àwọn aṣọ tó rán jọ, those are the commercial.